So beautiful people, now that we had some time to reflect on what was an absolutely chaotic night, UFC 321, what's the truth behind what happened? I was there, listen. Much respect. Shout out to Tom Aspinall and shout out to Ciryl Gane for putting their life on the line and for daring to be great. It is not easy. A lot of people forget that. It is not easy, beautiful people, to step into the cage in front of millions around the world, fighting for your dreams, fighting for your life, and fighting for a better future for your family. So much respect to Gane and Tom. Let's address the Tom side first. A lot of people are saying that Tom is a quitter, Tom didn't look good, Tom this, Tom that. Listen, in my pre-fight prediction, I picked Tom Aspinall in my breakdown, but on fight day I was like, you know what, I think that Ciryl Gane can pull this off. But getting back to the IPOC situation, listen, you can call Tom Aspinall whatever you want, but one thing you cannot call the man is a quitter. The man is everything but a quitter. I mean, listen, I was there, I saw the IPOC. I mean, it was definitely unintentional, but Ciryl Gane's thumb, his finger, listen, it was a horrible, absolutely horrible eye poke. And the second that Tom got poked, I knew the fight was over. I knew it. You can tell from the man's mannerisms, you can tell how uncomfortable he was and how scared he was for his health. Listen, without your eyes, just imagine, operating, and not just operating in life, but fighting for your life with a compromised vision, especially versus a powerful 6'5", 260-pound heavyweight, one of the best heavyweights on the planet at that. So Tom Aspinall is definitely, without a question, not a quitter. Now, things happen, beautiful people. This is MMA. It's like some people are, I gotta be clear about this. I believe that the people who are calling Tom a quitter are the same people who keep defending Jon Jones no matter what he does. Let's not forget, beautiful people, Jon Jones holds the record for most failed PED tests in the history of the UFC. And excuse all the noises upstairs and downstairs, a lot of renovations going on for the next 8 weeks probably. But getting back to our topic, listen, beautiful people, Tom Aspinall is definitely not a quitter, but on the Ciryl side, Ciryl is also, you can call the man whatever you want, but one thing you cannot call the man is a cheater. You can tell from the man's character, you can tell from the man's personality, you can tell from the man, him, the human, the soul, the spirit, the individual, Ciryl Gane. He's such a humble, down-to-earth, gracious, hard-working, man who's just trying to provide a better life for his family. And the IPOC situation, listen, beautiful people, it was a chaotic fight. Listen, I was there from the very first fight until the main event. And not a single fight changed the atmosphere of the event, but the second that the lights dimmed for the main event, you can feel the pressure about to explode from the arena. And you can tell when Ciryl Gane was making the walk, the man, yes, he was confident. And yes, Tom was confident also. But you can tell that the weight of the world was on their shoulders. Tom being out for 15 months, the whole Jon Jones situation, waiting for the coward Jon Jones to fight for months on months on months, over a year. And Ciryl Gane, everyone telling him, this is your last shot. You quit versus Jon Jones. You made a horrible IQ move versus Ciryl Gane, this and that. So you can tell that both men, the expectations were so high on Tom Aspinall's side that if you actually think about it, it was a lose-lose situation. The only win situation was if the man would have knocked out Gane in the first minute, then maybe people would have given him credit. But other than that, everyone would have said, Jon Jones finished him without taking a single punch, this and that. But styles make fights. I still believe that Tom Aspinall would knock out Jon Jones. Jon Jones doesn't have the footwork of Gane. Jon Jones doesn't have the jab of Gane. Jon Jones doesn't have the dynamic arsenal when you talk about switch hitting, when you talk about the flicking jab, being light on your feet, being fresh in the sport. So, like, if you add all these points together, what's the bottom line? The bottom line, beautiful people, is that it's a fight. MMA, anything can happen. Welcome to the theater of the unexpected. Welcome to the theater of the unknown. So I definitely don't blame Tom Aspinall for not being able to continue, and I definitely can't fault Ciryl Gane for poking Tom Aspinall unintentionally. Like, we've seen this happen. I've been watching MMA for over a decade. We've seen this happen time and time and time again. Nearly every single week someone gets poked by accident. Now, if you actually look into it, like I was saying, when you talk about the fight, the pressure of the occasion, my God, the moment both men were making the walk, like, the pressure was colossal, to say the least. And let's talk about the fight itself. Listen, I don't know what you guys think, but I believe that Ciryl Gane was winning the fight. But was it really a fight? I mean, the fight only lasted for 4 minutes. It's not like we're talking about the third round, end of the second. Like, the fight was just starting to transpire, was just starting to unfold. But early, Gane literally did everything I said in my breakdown. And what did I say in my breakdown? I said Ciryl Gane can win this fight if he does these few things. And what did I say? I said, first thing, if he wants to win this fight, he gotta be light on his feet, moving towards Tom Aspinall's left. And what did he do? The man was all night long, light on his feet, circling to Tom's left hand. And what did I also say? I said that he can move towards Tom's right, which is his power side, but as long as he does it in an intelligent way. So when you're in close range, mid-range, you gotta go to Tom's left. When you are on the far outside range, you can afford to go to Tom's power hand, just like Andre Ward used to do it in boxing. And that is something that Ciryl Gane did beautifully in the fight. Also, if you actually think about it, what did I say? I also said in my breakdown that the reason why Tom keeps knocking all these guys out so early is because they are standing right in front of him. And what did Ciryl Gane do? He did everything but stand in front of Tom Aspinall. I mean, the man was switching, side to side, light on his feet, ducking, countering Tom when Tom overextended. But Tom also looked good. He looked like Tom Aspinall, explosive, fast, sharp. And let me tell you, watching both men fight live, even though both of them are heavyweights, but they are two of the fastest men I have ever seen fight live. On the card, we had, women's strawweights, we had men featherweights, we had middleweights, we had fellow heavyweights, we had, bantamweights, but none of them had, such speed that stood out. But when you talk about the main event, especially with the big boys, 265, 6'6" guys, carrying 240, 260 pounds, lean, muscular, in shape, they were both unbelievably fast, let me tell you, beautiful people. And actually, when Tom was making the walk and when Ciryl was in the cage, I was looking at Ciryl. And Ciryl was like warming up, his legs, and he was just started to throw kicks. And the man is so athletic, he's so powerful, and he's so fast. And listen, much like I feel for both men. I feel for Tom Aspinall. The man's been out for months, pressure of the world on his shoulder, wanted to entertain the world, wanted to make a statement, wanted to put on a show, for such an unfortunate thing to happen. And I feel also for Ciryl, the man sacrificed everything for this camp. Left his family, 3 months, moved to Morocco, new beginnings, baby daughter. Like, the man literally did every single thing in his power to win this fight. And that is why I felt so bad for both men when the fight got waved off, is because you can tell that they both had the best, most grueling camp in their careers, without a question. And like, I'll say it again. I've said it once, I'll say it twice, and I'm gonna keep on saying it. You gotta give both men all the credit and all the respect in the world. They are two of the greatest heavyweights of our time. They are the two most athletic heavyweights of our time and the two fastest heavyweights of our time. And it was an absolute delight, absolute pleasure watching both men fight, even though the fight didn't really last that long. And the ending was so anticlimactic. I've never experienced anything like it in all the events that I've attended. But that is the honest to God truth. My opinion on the situation. This is the truth, beautiful people. Tom didn't quit. Gane is not a cheater. Things happen. It's MMA. They're gonna run it back. And in the second fight, you best believe, every fight is different. Now Gane is gonna come in with more confidence that he did well versus Tom. And Tom is gonna come in with the champion that he is, with new adjustments. I believe he's gonna go to the body more, and then he's gonna go to the head. Because when you fight someone like Ciryl Gane, who is, light on his feet, on the move all the time, you gotta go to his body first. And you gotta go for his legs. Legs and body. And then eventually build up to the head when he least expects it. But in the first second, Tom threw a bomb to Cyryl's head. So I believe that both men will make adjustments, and the second fight will definitely be must-see. And shout out to both men. Hopefully they can put the rematch here in Abu Dhabi. So, I'm not asking for a refund, but I definitely wouldn't mind seeing both men run it back, in the greatest city on planet Earth, Abu Dhabi.